legends, and then there are people who define what legend is. Akira Kurosawa wasn't just a filmmaker, he was a leader of stories and a strategist to the human heart. Every frame, shot has a purpose, every cut has a purpose. Every character, samurai, soldier, or even the ordinary man, face the same choice we all do. He showed us rain that felt like war drums, wind that carried tension, and heroes who didn't need perfection, just the heart and courage. In the world of film, directors always have somebody they look for guidance or influence, someone that pushes them to create art. And for cinema, that would be Akira Kurosawa. Movies like Star Wars, your classic westerns, these epic battle scenes that we have seen in movies, all are influenced by Akira Kurosawa. And George Lucas doesn't hide this with Star Wars. Even directors like Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese often praise Akira for his work.
And at that point is when I was actually exposed to Kurosawa. And a friend of mine, John Milius, actually was a huge fan of Kurosawa's. And so whenever the film was showing, he'd say, "Oh, you gotta come and see this, you gotta come and see this." And after the first one, the first one I saw was Seven Samurai, and after that I was completely hooked. I said, this is really good. It's hard to really appreciate the true genius of Kurosawa, I think, until you've seen a few of the films, and then you've been able to see other films at the same time and be able to realize his visual style.
What I did is, Kurosawa would do this a lot. He'd write himself into a corner, and then he would tell the writers to get him out of it. Okay, well, I had no writers to tell me get out of it. I had to get out of it myself, all right?
Let me say it simply. Kurosawa was my master and so many others. The master of so many other filmmakers over the years. And from the 1950s, when we were seeing his pictures for the first time in America, through the end of his career as an artist in the 90s, I sat among generations of filmmakers and film lovers and watched those astonishing visions he was able to conjure up in his imagination and completely rendered them on the screen.
His influence spreaded to the visual language of modern cinema that we see today. The structure of a hero's journey that we know today has been redefined. The way action scenes operate, using the motion, the way the sword just swings, and the speed, is all influenced by Akira Kurosawa. Let's look at one of his movies, Yojimbo, a film about a wandering ronin named Sanjuro who arrives in a small town that's torn apart by two rival gangs. Seeing how corrupt and violent both sides are, Sanjuro decides to manipulate both sides by pretending to join them and work for them, by acting as a bodyguard. It seems that his goals are kind of for selfish reasons, but as the film goes on, we kind of start to see the more human side of Sanjuro. It could be argued that Sanjuro is one of the first appearances of an anti-hero that we have seen in cinema. An anti-hero is somebody who doesn't follow the traditional rules as a normal hero, usually having some moral gray areas, flawed, but still end up doing better than the main villain of the film. Again, the title of this movie is Yojimbo, which is Japanese for bodyguard or bouncer, which is pretty ironic considering that Sanjuro's not really anyone's bodyguard. He's really just doing this to manipulate both of the gangs, and he's doing this for his own reasons and sort of his own protection in a way for money. So what are some of the takeaways that we can take from this film? Well, corruption spreads when no one stands up, and a perfect hero can't fix a broken world. Sanjuro is rough, sarcastic, violent, and seems very self-interested and a bit greedy. But he is the only one that's willing to act. It shows that you don't need a knight in shining armor with pure honor. You just need somebody that is willing to stand up and fight for what's right. These are some of the parts that make Kurosawa's writing so fantastic. It's the understanding of people. He knew that courage can be messy, justice is complicated, and the heroes aren't always as noble as we think they are. He showed us flawed characters that still stand up for what's right. Kurosawa offers a valuable framework for an extended critical analysis of a single director, an analysis that moves beyond the confines of an authorial study or an examination of a director's role in a single cultural tradition. Yoshimoto's detailed film by film analysis reminds us of the reasons of this director's massive bodywork. Throughout this thought provoking study, Yoshimoto invites us to rethink Japanese cinema, modern Japanese history, and film as an art of the 20th century through the films of Kurosawa. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope the rest of you have a great rest of your semester, and I hope spring brings many victories, and I hope everyone is happy. Thank you.